Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. And today I'm going to be talking about my experience of when I went to go see Tom Hiddleston in London in Much Ado About Nothing. As always, I was going to go and see this because I got tickets from like last year to go and see it on February the 18th, which was a Tuesday. So I'll be talking about that. But before I start, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you're updated at any future videos I do. I also have a TikTok, which I haven't done anything lately as of yet, but I will leave a link in the description box so you can follow me, and I do several things on it as usual, like filters with music, and I have done like one ASMR TikTok on there, like a short, but I want to try and do some more on there. I just haven't had chance to film or do anything lately. And obviously I've only just come back home from London just recently, so I haven't had chance to film at all. But this is the programme of Much Ado About Nothing. And it stars Tom Hiddleston and Hayley Atwell, and it also has this wonderful cast lineup as well. I mean, I'll show you Tom and Hayley, but this was the audition process that they had, and then you just have some information about it, and then there's more rehearsal pictures with the cast. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly because my camera's a bit... There's Tom Hiddleston himself, and Hayley. But yeah, I got the programme and it's got all the pictures in, and this was the cast that was in it. And the cast in it was Mira Huff, which was Hero, Mika Adanix Johnson, who is Bocchio, or however you say it, Bocchio, I don't know how you say it, Gerald Kiwadi, which is Don Pedro, Forbes Manson, who is Leonardo. Then you had Philip Oakley, who was Freya Francis, Mason Alexander Park, Margaret, James Foon, who was Claudio, and Tim Steed, who was Don John. And then obviously you have other people in the book that are obviously to do with the lighting and the costumes. But yeah, the show was really, really amazing. I absolutely enjoyed the show. It was like, when I first went into the theatre in London, I loved the disco ball, and there was a lot of lights dropping back and forth, and it was really, really, really cool. The whole show was brilliant from beginning to end because I watched the second half as well, and I kind of found it hard to clap because there was a bit where we could get up and dance, and I was clapping along with the music, and it was hard to clap like when they bowed. But they was all brilliant in the cast, and my favourite person was obviously Tom Hiddleston, but I did like, there was a man who was called Mason. I think his name is Mason. Let me look a moment. I have to go back to, which is Mason Alexander Park, because he was brilliant. He played Margaret, who was a female role, and I think the reason why they chose a man to play a female role, because back in the day, in Shakespeare's time, there was no women allowed to perform on stage. They had to be there was men in female roles, and I think that's why you had him as a female role. That's what I'm assuming. But he was a brilliant singer. He came on, he was singing a lot. He sung a lot of famous songs that everybody knows, like Love Takes Over, and really good songs. He's got a powerful voice. He had a microphone as well, and the music and the dancing and everything else was just fun. It was kind of like fun. There was a lot of humour involved in it. Mostly Tom was mostly getting the humour, because he sort of like, it reminds me of like comedy like vibes. Obviously he did stare at me a few times as well, which was really cool, because it's weird seeing obviously Tom Hiddleston in the flesh in the theatre performance, because I've never seen him in real life. So I saw him on stage and he was brilliant and he was so talented. And they also had mics which were strapped to their mouths, which they kept adjusting a few times. But yes, so it was really weird because it was all it was very fast movement, and the dance, and obviously Tom Hiddleston is a brilliant, talented dancer on stage as well as in videos. So that's cool. But they was all brilliant cast. I loved them all. Their characters was amazing, as well, which I enjoyed. And obviously, as Tom Hiddleston, I saw briefly stood at the side of the stage, and I was staring at him. And when he was sat down in a freeze frame on the chairs, I stared at him a few times, and then he stared at me a few times as well. Sorry. But yeah, I'm so happy I've gone to see him. Unfortunately, because it was a day performance, I tried to get out after the show because nobody really left after the bells and everyone was trying to watch the show really. And I tried to make it out to the stage during the day performance, and there was a queue that was down to the theatre pretty much, and there was a few people in the front queue, and as a security guard I saw come out, and he said the rules, because there's like strict rules there, so he came out and said, you know, oh, you're not allowed to touch them, you're not allowed to give them gifts, and you're only allowed to have signature and on your book. So I haven't actually got a signature from Tom because for some reason there was a few fans that were really annoying. I saw that I was stood next to these people, these teenage girls, who were nearest the front, and there was this woman who was there with her friends, and she was kind of like Chinese or something. I don't know what she was, but she stood there and she's just so annoying. Like she was like, oh, I'm just here to take pictures of Tom coming out the stage door, and because he told her to move, and he said, okay, that's fair enough, but I don't want to see your hand reaching over the barrier to get something signed because you won't get it signed because they don't have tickets. Because apparently I've been told you have to have tickets on the day of the performance to actually go and meet Tom and they get something signed at the stage door. So obviously I made it to the stage door, but I was a bit too late and the queue was really long, and I wouldn't have actually seen him. I would have just seen him come out. And unfortunately, the security guard said they weren't coming out. The cast wasn't coming out at all. So I missed out on meeting him, and I was really devastated too because I was walking through London back to my hotel, and I was like really upset and crying and everything. So obviously what I'm going to do is my partner Jeff has paid for me to go and see him again in April the 1st, and I'll be going back to London, and hopefully because it's an evening performance and it's at 7:30, I'll be able to meet him at the stage door after it's finished. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to like leave after the interval, so then I don't have to see the second half because I've already seen it. And to be honest, I think the first half was more funnier than the second half. And I did like the second half in parts. I won't really share what actually happened in the show because I don't want to ruin it for like fans that haven't seen it yet. And if you're a fan of Tom Hiddleston, like I don't want to ruin things for other people. But I didn't take any pictures and I didn't film anything at the end of the show, because I wanted to experience it. There's been a lot of people which annoy me is they've been filming it and they've also been, you know, taking pictures of the show when I've already seen it. And they're sharing it on social media like TikTok and all that. So yeah. And what annoys me is I think I'm getting a bit disheartened, even though I'm going to see him in April the 1st, so hopefully I'll get a signature on my programme so that I can show people on my channel. But it just disheartens me a bit that I didn't get to see him in the day performance. Like, I thought he would come out. I mean, even if he came out and I didn't meet him in person, it would have been cool, but I wouldn't have met him in person. But I really do want to meet him in person because, you know, he's my hero and he's my idol and I absolutely adore him. Like, and he was brilliant in that show. He's so talented in real life as well, and I can't express how much he has inspired me and stuff. So hopefully I get to meet him and I just say hi and I say thank you for everything that you've done, and I enjoyed the show though, at least, and that's something, and I'm not going to be disheartened because there is another chance for me to see him hopefully by the stage door, because I want to try and go out after the interval, because no one's going to be going out after the interval, and I want to try and get to the front of the queue, because hopefully if I'm at the front or second or something, I'll be able to get a signature and he'll come out, and that's the best bet really. I was kind of annoyed yesterday because obviously I went to go see him on Tuesday and I was excited and everything, and I didn't get to meet him, but I've had a few fans that have sort of said, oh, I hope if you go see him on April the 1st, I hope you get to meet him after the performance and you get to signature and all this. I'm kind of annoyed with the rules, kind of, because if Tom did like a meet and greet, let's just say, I would be able to get a picture or hug and I'd be able to get a signature of him. But so that means I'd have to, when I do get a signature of him and I do meet him for real, I'm going to have to just do that and then obviously meet him at a later date. And, obviously I don't live in London at the moment. I want to live in London though, because it's a brilliant place. It's quite big. And I'm not from London. My partner's from London, so it's quite a big place for to like travel to. But what annoyed me is there was a person on my TikTok who, because I was commenting to someone and I wasn't really talking to them, I was talking to the person on the TikTok saying I'm going to see him again and hopefully I'll get to meet him after the show in the evening. But I had somebody say, because she said it was the first of the last shows, because it's kind of near April, and it's near my birthday too, because my birthday's April 22nd, by the way. And she just said, isn't April the 1st the last of the shows anyway, so it's not really the last of the shows. So I commented back and said that it's April the 5th is the last of the shows. It's just the very first of the last shows. So it'd be special in a way because I'm going seeing him towards the last of the shows. And I couldn't get any tickets for March or anything like that because they're all sold out now. So, but that's what annoys me, is that they're saying that to try and justify that what I'm doing is wrong, in my opinion. Like, or you've already seen him the first time and you didn't get to meet him, but why have you got another ticket and you're going seeing them again? Because they're like, these tickets have a lot of money, by the way, guys. They're not cheap at all. I'm not going to say how much, but they're a lot of money, and I've spent a lot of money. Well, Jeff has anyway, and he wants me to just meet him so badly, and it's not fair and stuff if I don't. But yeah, I feel like they're just being spiteful towards me. Like, I've noticed there's a lot of fans that are going seeing him twice in one day, and they've got tickets and they're flying over from America, and nobody has a go at them. And yes, I have seen him. I have seen the show and I've experienced it, but I haven't seen him. And what they don't understand is that I don't live in London 24/7, so I can't go to the show constantly, and that's what they think I do. Like, I'm being selfish because I want to go, I want to go and see him twice, and it's not to do with them, to be honest, because I didn't get to meet him after the show, and if it was them, they would understand that. But she was saying that, and they always have to be right, and in my opinion, a lot of the fan base to do with Tom Hiddleston's are just fangirls, and they're just there for him. I'm there to experience his art. Like, I'm not obsessed with him per se. He is attractive, I know, but also I love the art that he puts into his work as well, and I think he's talented. So I'm like, I love his acting ability as well, and I've always liked his acting ability and everything that he does. And he's just talented at anything. There's nothing he's not talented at. And that's what annoys me about the fan base, is they're just there to see Tom Hiddleston. They're all obsessed with him. And I understand how that feels, because I used to be. But, I've calmed down now. But I won't say bitches or anything, but those people that were standing there trying to take a picture of him when he come through the stage, I really did feel like punching them or doing something, because I thought, you're not here. You haven't even got a ticket. You didn't go and see the show. You're just there as a randomer to try and get a picture and say you've actually seen him come out. And you're not there to get anything signed. And the security guard was saying stuff to them and they ignored and they didn't care. And I thought, this person's trying to do their job so that everyone gets to see Tom and get something signed. And he's with the Jamie Lloyd company, so there's a lot of rules with it. But I don't care about the fans, to be honest. And if it's wrong for me to go twice in one day, and go another month, I can't help that. I didn't get to meet him on that show, and I didn't know that like a lot of the day performances, Tom doesn't come out with the cast, and I didn't know that because I'm new to it all and I don't know anything about it. But hopefully in the evening will come out, and I didn't go back in the evening neither, because I thought if I go back, I'll show them my tickets and they'll say you can't get anything signed, because apparently if you don't have a ticket for that performance at the night, you get turned away as well. So that's kind of annoying. Otherwise, Tom will just sit there and say, yeah, I'll sign stuff for you even though you haven't got a ticket. And I know you get top priority if you have a ticket on the show thing on the day as well. But yeah, I experienced the show and I'm happy somewhat. But the fans I don't really like at all. And I mean, I was trying to get a programme in London, like downstairs where the theatre was, because there's a downstairs bit where there's a shop and you can buy merch. And I only got the programme because I wanted it signed. Hopefully I will. And there was a few girls behind me that I heard say, oh, I care about Tom Hiddleston and his thing is really cool, but what's with all the masks in the performance? It's so babyish and uncool. And all I can say to those people, because they're not there to see the show and they're not there to care about it, but there's a picture in here. It's a sort of a comedy, romance and everything. And see, they've got masks on in that picture because because the masks symbolise something to do with the performance. Because they was wearing these sort of animal masks and they look really cool. And Tom had like a dog one, and so one of them had like a chick mask, and there were several animal masks anyway. And everyone was saying it was babyish and and I just can't help but think the people that say all that stuff are not there to watch the show or experience the show. They're just there to sort of, see Tom Hiddleston. I mean, I was there to see him, but I was there to see the whole cast as well. And it's kind of mean to just say that. And I appreciate the performance because it's a lot of talent goes into it. Like the lighting was brilliant in the show. The costumes was absolutely brilliant. Tom was wearing this blue costume with a like silver belt that glistened in the light. And he's so gorgeous in real life. I'm like kind of smitten with it because I keep talking about it with Jeff a lot, but it's just me. And he kept staring at me a few times, but then again I don't mean to like brag or anything, but I had a lot of people staring at me in London when I was walking about with Jeff, and I think that's why people just look at me and think I'm attractive, because I am really in real life. I mean, obviously you can't see that I am, but I am in real life, and I don't mean to brag or anything, because I'm not saying I'm the most beautiful person in the world, because I'm not. I'm saying that's why. I also have these underground tickets that I wanted to show just to say I've been to London, because it was in Holborn as well, the actual performance, if you can actually see that. I don't know if you can because my camera's like tilted on mine. But yeah, I had a great time, and at the end of the day, hopefully on April the 1st, fingers crossed, I actually get to see him in the flesh. Like, I get to get something signed and I get to thank him for everything he ever does. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I do actually physically meet him when he comes out to the stage door, because I haven't actually witnessed it yet, but I'm really nervous about it. I was really nervous. I was really nervous before I went to the show, because I was going to see him like on stage, and I was got butterflies and everything else because I just felt really nervous. I mean, it went really well and I was fine, and I loved everything about it, and I'm glad I got to experience the show. Tom did blow a kiss at the audience as well, and he also was like this the whole time because he's like touched by the fans. And I did blow a kiss back to him, but he didn't see it. So, and also there was a time, I don't know, I don't know if anyone will point it out. People will probably think I'm weirdo, but there was a bit where, there was a bit in the performance where he was like saying John the Bastard, and I cracked up laughing, and it was only me that laughed. It's just because I've read the script to do with Much Ado About Nothing, and it's funny is all. And I'm just glad that I got to see him in a way, and I got to see the whole cast, because Hayley was brilliant too, and so were the other people. And just the stage as well. The stage looked sort of 3D looking, and it was weird because at first, when I first saw the stage, there was this mirror projection thing, and there was like confetti falling down, and I thought that isn't part of this. That's a mirror reflector thing. That's not part of the stage. Sorry, excuse me. And that's not part of the stage, and it was, and the whole stage was, big. And all I can say is I've done performing arts in my pastime, as well. And you have to make use of the stage, like you have to make use of the space of the stage. Like the space on the stage is how you act. And the chairs as well, like there was chairs throughout the performance, and they was moving them here, there and everywhere, and Tom threw a chair across the stage and it went all the way down there, and the fit is huge and the stage is huge. And there was a few people at the throw chairs, and Tom was getting them all the time. He kept coming back and getting them, and Tom was on stage and sort of rushed off, because also I know why he's a runner now as well. And why he runs, because he's a very athletic person, but he runs and dances and everything else, and I can see why now, because I've seen it in real life now. When he was running off stage, he was coming back on stage, and they all came on stage, and there was always different positions, and it was a freeze frame. And what really shocked me is they was in a freeze frame for a long period of time, and none of them moved. And I noticed Tom was looking at me at the side stage, but there was a bit where we sat on the chairs and he was just freeze framed, and I noticed his eyes moving, like twitching a little bit, like as though he was looking at me, because he knew I was looking at him and I wasn't looking at the stage, and I wasn't looking at what was going on. But I do know what happened in the play, so it's all good, like. But I just love it because it was fun and it was comedy and it's romance, because I really liked the bit with Tom and Hayley. They have this sort of hate-love dynamic within the performance. And Tom was throwing Hayley around, like kept throwing her around and dancing with her and everything. And they all did their bows as well at the end. I didn't get any footage and I didn't get any pictures because I wanted to experience it. I didn't really want to be like other people, But yeah, it was quite fun, and I hopefully, fingers crossed, when I do go April the 1st, I do get something at least, that I get to meet him and I get something signed, because I've still got the programme, which is a good thing, so I can actually like get it signed, because I do want to get the inside signed, because there's a few good pictures of him inside. Like obviously this one's really cool, and there's another one where he was like, where he's dancing and he's smiling, but I'd have to go to it. There he is, where he's smiling, and there's all the cast. There was another one as well that I saw. Oh, this is the one as well. That's a bigger picture of him smiling. And then there's this that I like too. But yeah, I like the pictures inside, and it's cool. But yeah, that's my experience from Much Ado About Nothing, and it's William Shakespeare. I would go into more detail about the performance, but I kind of don't want to ruin it for some people that haven't seen it. I do, like I said, I do find the fans annoying, the ones that are obsessed with him, because, they obviously should appreciate the art and the work he puts into his acting, and he's so talented. And I think I'm the only one that sees it that. And I mean, I used to be obsessed too, but then I sort of calmed down, and where I'm with Jeff now, I kind of don't really, per se, sort of worry about it as much now. But I don't want to talk on about that because it's for another time. Obviously, I just wanted to share my experience of it all, hopefully, from the video. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, and you've enjoyed me talking about Much Ado About Nothing, the Tom Hiddleston performance, and my experience of it. I also, before I leave my video, because this video is like 25 minutes now and it's a bit long, so it's quite a long video today, guys, and I'm sorry about that. It's just I get talking and I can't really shush or anything once I've talked about it. But I wanted to show you this snow globe. I got this snow globe from Home Bargains, and my partner Jeff got it me for Valentine's Day, and it has loads of glitter coming down, and it actually stays, when you actually shake it and stuff, it actually stays, it starts running down constantly. And it kind of reminds me of the confetti that I saw in the show, so I kind of leave you with that thought. But yeah, this is really cool. And I'll tap on it. It's made of glass or whatever, but it's got a bunny in it, and it's for Easter. But I wanted something for Valentine's Day, and Jeff got me this, and it was really nice. I really liked it. Sorry, I keep coughing. I apologise for the coughing throughout the video. It's just where my throat's dry and everything. But yeah, I hope you like this little snow globe. I wanted to do an ASMR video with this snow globe because it's really cool. I'll just tap it either side, and it can be a bit of ASMR for you as well. Obviously, I do apologise for the noise throughout this video. If you have heard any noise, I can't help that, I can't control that. But yeah, I hope you like this little snow globe. I really like it. I keep it on the top of the mantelpiece, like the fireplace, and keep it between the candle. I did have 2 candles, but one of them I don't know what's happened to. I think I don't have it, but I have the other one. And obviously I've got my cool setup as well, that I constantly do my videos near the bookcase now, just because everyone can see the bookcase. And there's a herd out behind me, and don't ignore that. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. I will be doing some more videos. I don't know if I'll do one tomorrow because it's Friday and I might get noise and I might not be able to do it. But at least this is a long enough video for everyone to kind of watch. And if you're asleep by the time that I've actually been talking, because this is going to be ASMR soft spoken thing, then that's fine. That's really fine. But hopefully there should be more videos coming. I plan on doing some more roleplay videos at a later date, because I kind of want my channel to perk up a little bit. I meant to show people my views and how much I'm getting on my channel, so I can show people how much I'm getting so far. But if you don't mind, before I actually go, there's something I need to say before I go actually, and then I will leave, because I've got to direct it at a fan. But if you could just keep carrying on watching this video over and over and over again, in the background for me, so I can get some more views, so my views can go up a bit, so I can actually get my monetization back. I would much appreciate it, because I know I've been mentioning it constantly and I forgot about it. Before I leave properly, because otherwise this video is going to be really long, I just wanted to say a shout out to my fan Scott Finch, because I didn't mention, if you're watching this nearest the end, I don't know if you will, but my fan Scott Finch asked me to read Harry Trotter, a book that, you know, it's very funny. It's basically Harry Potter, like a parody of Harry Potter, but there's different characters within it. And I just want to say to you, I won't be able to buy the book or read the book on my channel. I'll have to do it at a later date, because I'm not actually getting paid for my videos at the moment, and I won't be able to do it, because the money that I put into buying the book and then actually reading it on my channel, I won't earn nothing from it. So I will do it at a later date. And obviously your question was the difference between me and my partner's height. Obviously I'm not 5. They said that I was 5'9" in the, he said I'm 5'9" in the comment, but I'm actually 5'8". So I'm 5'8". I'm quite tall for a woman, and Jeff is 5'7". And I think the difference between our height is we're just both. I'm taller than he is. He's kind of small. He's kind of like, if you imagine Tom Cruise, and he's 5'7". He's quite tall, but not tall. He's quite small and a little bit tall, but he's not fully tall. And I'm 5'8", so I'm taller than he is. And I wouldn't say there's any difference between our height. It's just the fact that I'm more taller than he is. Like, I'm taller for a woman. I just have a taller gene, where, you know, you're much taller than he is. So that's probably the difference. I don't really know how to answer the question, but hopefully that's answered it. But yeah, I'm going to leave you and love you and leave you now, because this video has gone on way too long, and I realised how long I've been talking about Tom and the show, you know. So I will see you all guys in the next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day, wherever you are. I think it's a Thursday, I believe. Not sure. But you know, have a good day nonetheless. And I will see you all guys in the next video. Bye bye.